through the B section like I did with the A section at 66 beats per minute, and then we'll go back and take a look at the fingering. I'll play through that B section now so you can get a chance to take a look at the fingering. But basically what's going on is half of this is happening, or part of this is happening up in that second position G major scale shape, and the other part is happening in the third position and bleeding over into the fourth position slightly once we get up here to the 8th fret in respect to the capo, 10th fret without the capo. But let me just do it once, we'll take a look at it, and then we'll go back and take a closer look. Now you'll notice that when I'm all the way up into the second phrase, I'm starting off with my first finger on the 3rd fret, and I'm immediately changing positions, and I'm sliding up to the 5th fret with my first finger. Regardless of whether we know our scale up here or not, we know what notes we need to play. And the way I look at this to keep track is when I'm playing a phrase or a line from a song, I look to see what the lowest fret is and the highest fret that I need. And I go ahead and, as long as that's within a 4 or 5 fret span, I assign my first finger, my index finger, to the lowest fret I'll be playing for that phrase, and my pinky to the highest fret. And in this case, we're covering these 4 frets. So my index finger is going to be on our 5th fret, and middle finger on 6, ring finger on 7, pinky on 8. So I'm going to start the B section off with the 3, and that's a good spot to start embellishing here, or start adding some nuance. We can slide up to that 5. We don't even have to pick it again, we can just slide right into it. And if we approach it this way, everything that we need, all the notes that we need, are underneath our fingers for that whole phrase. So other than the slide up, the rest of that phrase happens right underneath our fingers. Next phrase, when it goes to the C chord, I've positioned it to drop down and go back to the open E string. So we would have like And at that point, we're back into that original position we were playing out of, which is the fingerings based on that second position G scale. So And then right here, we've got 5 and open. Those are both the same notes. That's a unison lick. So getting into that, instead of just going, what I like to do there is slide up into that 5 from the 3. So I'm actually picking the note. I'm still on the 3rd fret when I pick the note for that phrase. But then after that, I drop back into my original position. If you can stabilize and maintain the same position as much as possible, you take some of the risk out. You might mess it up. Your fingers might not be where you need to be, or you might paint yourself in a corner. So if you kind of have these home bases, which is one of the big benefits of knowing your scales, is to have those home bases that your fingers are familiar with, then you're less likely that you're going to kind of get messed up or paint yourself in a corner. So I'll play through this one more time with the slides and the embellishments, so you get a chance to see the whole B section with the little add-ons, and you might want to note where those are at and add them to your chart.